Hey guys, Micaela here. So I'm going to be doing kind of a piggyback off of my everyday makeup tutorial just because it's been doing so well. So this time I'm going to do like an everyday makeup tutorial on an everyday smoky eye. What I have on now is literally using just one eyeshadow and a couple other things. So I'll show you how to do that. It's really simple and easy and anybody can pull it off. The reason why this one's like an everyday smoky eye is just because you're using fewer products and it's quicker, because usually if clients ask me to do like a smoky eye on them, I'm going to be doing at least using like 3 to 5 eyeshadow colors, and that's because I'm trained in painting. I love to mix colors and make like a super in-depth smoky eye, but this one is more of that everyday smoky eye, like Kim Kardashian, yes, kind of smoky eye look. Well, I've been getting a lot of requests for that, of course, you know. So that's what this is, and I'll be showing you how to do it, so go ahead and stay tuned. So creating the everyday simple smoky eye, you're going to need a couple things, keyword need. First, you're going to need an eyeshadow primer, and then if you're a deeper color, you can also use a concealer to do this, so I'll go into that when I start using it. This one's Eden from Urban Decay, and it's matte. You want to make sure it's matte and it's a lighter color than your skin tone. That's key, lighter color. But I'll get more into that. Then you're going to need your eyeshadow of choice. I will talk about the eyeshadow in which you should use. It all depends on how subtle or how dramatic you want your everyday smoky eye to look and your skin color. And then lastly, you'll just need a liner. This is the jumbo liner for Sephora. I like it because you can blend and you can make it smoky and do a lot with it. You can also just use a regular pencil liner, keyword pencil. Also, you will need tools for sure. When you're doing colors, when you're doing an eye with less colors, you're going to have to blend more. So it's very, very important to have a blending eyeshadow brush. This is like the most essential brush that you'll need to do this look, and it's good to have anyway. That way everything's blended when you do your eyeshadow. And also for this tutorial, I'm going to use a blending, well, this one's a smoky eye brush basically, but you can also blend liner with it. So using this is really going to be important too. And also when I do this tutorial, you'll see actually how brushes do make a difference. It'll show you the density that one eyeshadow can go from looking lighter with this brush to really dark with this brush. So I will show you how to do that. Alright, first things first is doing the actual primer, and the reason being why I chose the Urban Decay Eden eyeshadow primer is because it's lighter than my skin tone. That's very key. So if this is too light for you and your deeper tone, just use your concealer and mix it with a clear eyeshadow primer to do this. So for example, if I decided I want to do this tutorial with my concealer, I would use the lighter concealer than my skin tone along with this clear eyeshadow primer for black, mix them together and slap it on like I'm going to do with this Urban Decay primer. So ideally, if the Urban Decay primer is lighter than your skin tone but not too light, we're going to use this. So what you want to do is put it on your entire eye, all over the lid as well as underneath the lid. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. Make sure you get underneath your eye. Okay, all around she goes. Again, this is called Eden from Urban Decay, and as you can see, it is lighter than my eyeball. I mean, my skin tone, just kidding. Okay, so once you have that on underneath, all around, under the brow, you're good. So when you're using one eyeshadow, the trick is to use in a certain place that you have light and darkness on your eye. So now when it comes to the eyeshadow to pick, this is where it depends on your skin tone and the look you want. If you want something very subtle in general, I suggest using this from MAC. It's called Bronze from MAC. This one's a great one. This one's not matte. It has a little bit of an iridescence to it, so it's going to make it so it's not as deep of a tone. The one that I am wearing on the other eye that I showed you guys earlier is from the Too Faced matte palette. The Too Faced matte palette is pretty nice. It's the only all matte palette, and having all matte palettes is a really great thing to have when you're using like other eyeshadows with it. So the color that I have on is actually Midnight. This one here is a deep gray. So if you want that Kardashian smoky eye, I would suggest using a gray. It's like a medium to deep tone gray. Normally, it depends on your skin tone too. I have a little bit of red tone in my hair that I put, so I like to wear warmer colors. So for myself, usually I would use this color here called Coffee Bean. So just like a matte kind of brown. Also, if you're more fair, blue eyes, blonde hair, definitely do a charcoal color like the slate here, the slate kind of color called Midnight for this palette, but you would use a lighter version of the color. So if you don't want a palette and you still want to do the gray tone everyday smoky eye, another one to use is from MAC. It's called Print. This one is pretty good too. It's a little bit lighter than the Midnight one. Okay. Now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and use the one that I used on my other eye, which is the Midnight color from the Too Faced palette. So this is when you have to be very specific with which brush you're using. And once you get the hang of this, this is pretty quick. It's just that I'm explaining it to why this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the color on my brush. And the key is to put it where your eye naturally goes back. This is where you're going to start out. So you're going to start here and go back and forth in your crease, back and forth, back and forth. And the whole point that we're going to do is you want it to be light here, light up here, and darker in your crease to your corner. So the reason why I had put that lighter eyeshadow base on is because I don't have to put on another eyeshadow. I can just use one eyeshadow to do this trick without having to put on a lighter eyeshadow. So it's just skipping a step because remember, this is going to be like an everyday look, so we want to skip steps. Okay, so, and the key with this, because this is a fluffy brush, this is a darker color, so it's going to make it harder to blend unless you have a blending brush, which is what this one is here. MAC has blending brushes, Sephora has blending brushes. You can find one anywhere and anywhere. So that's the first step, using that one color. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of it and bring it into the corner here, and then we're going to lock it onto the lash line. So we're doing just like a little V in the corner, and again, we're blending like crazy. That's the whole point of this, is to blend, because we're only using one color. When I do like more dramatic smoky eyes, I'm already going to be using like 2 colors to get this to blend. But yeah, this is quicker because we're just going like this, really quick. Alright, so that was using that one specific brush. And that's how the outcome of that comes out to. Now I'm going to use the other brush. Now, this brush is that one that's talking about earlier. This has a lot of density, so this is going to make that same color look darker because it's a dense brush. So, going to go ahead and take same color, and I'm going to go onto my lash line here, kind of like eyeliner. So, don't mind the mirror really quick. I have to make sure I'm doing this correctly. So, basically against your lash line, going in at an angle. And as you can see, lighter here in this area, lighter under the brow, we have that look. Then we're going to take same color, same brush, and go underneath the eye. So this is when you get the smokiness under the eye, and you're going to connect it at this corner here. So also it's good to go up at an angle, connecting and going under, just like this. This creates that softer smoky look when you do it under the eye with an eyeshadow versus the actual eyeliner. So really quick, I'm just going to blend everything together because it's kind of hard doing it like this, I'm not going to lie. And then also, Reason being, I actually had my complexion on already, so it's nice to use this look because you don't have to worry about a lot of fallout because you're controlling it so well. You don't have to worry about dark eyeshadow going underneath your eye. Versus when you do another smoky eye and you're getting more dramatic, more colors, I always do my smoky eye first, then complexion. So just a tip with this, when you do it every day, you can do your complexion first. And then if you need help with complexion, check out my other tutorials of how I already did the complexion. So that's basically the eyeshadow done. Now we're going to use the eyeliner. And again, if you are more fair skin, if you have blonde hair, blue eyes, you can use a charcoal. And then if you want a softer look, you would use a charcoal eyeliner pencil. But if not, you can use black. And I'm going to go ahead and use black. Or you can use dark brown or anything. Basically just darker than the eyeshadow color you're wearing. That's the main purpose. So I like the jumbo liner because it's waterproof. And then it kind of acts like an eyeshadow when you use it. So you're just going to go ahead and line your eye. Basically going in like that. And also tight line as well. If you see my other tutorials, you'll see that I do tight lining going underneath the eye. And for every day, I skip the eyeliner on the bottom liner because it makes it more dramatic. If you want to go ahead and do liner on the bottom, go for it. But basically, I'm going to take that same brush I used, go a little bit on the eyeliner like so. And just to make it a little bit more smoky, you can stop here if you want. Just make it a little bit more smoky. I'm going to take it and go across my lash line with a brush like this. And then I'm going to take my fluffy eyeshadow brush again with the same eyeshadow and blend this out here. Just so that we're diffusing the black liner. And then I'm just going to make sure everything's blended like how I want it. Bada boom, bada bing. And that's basically that. And then you're going to finish it off with mascara. Mascara I'm just picking for today is from Lancome, the Denificils. This one's really good for like length. But anyways, in general, you can trust Lancome mascaras are pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap on my mascara. And you can also do the mascara on the bottom for a more dramatic effect. Like this. And then I'll do a little bit on the bottom. Like so. But basically, that's how you achieve this look. It's really fast once you get used to doing it, and you're only using a couple of products, one eyeshadow. So that's basically how you do it, and I hope that was helpful. Thanks, guys. Bye.